Yesterday, I interviewed an up-and-coming YouTuber on a live stream named Rhonda Mary. And the topic of that video was, why don't black men have anything good to say about black women? And before she came into the YouTube space, she didn't know that there was this idea of a gender war between African-American men and African-American women. And when she came across black male YouTubers such as myself and others, she noticed that there were certain talking points that black men had to say about black women. One was a single motherhood issue. Another one was the bad attitude. And lastly, what's up with all this weave? Why do black women like weave so much? And then I thought about this as a topic. Is weave a deal breaker for black men in America? Is this something that black men just cannot tolerate? I'm going to be controversial on this video and say weave is not a real big issue for black men. They may talk about these things, but it's not the biggest deal breaker at all. Let me even go on a further tangent on this, and I hope not to offend any brothers. Looks, I don't think, is the biggest deal breaker with black men when they date inside the race or outside the race. I think that's consistent for the majority of the people. Now, what I will say, though, is that the weave thing does add fuel to the fire of a defense mechanism that black men have used to their advantage when black women are talking shit about them. That's really where the weave argument comes into play. Because before, when weave came out in the 90s and you had the, Janet Jackson, poetic Justin braids, it was sexy. Then you have your blonde weaves here and there. Brothers like, okay, well, because black men are not really judgmental men. We're really, in comparison to many men, we're really nice. We're really nice and easier to get along with than most other men in general, I would say. The issue is, though, with the weave and then in makeup, and then also at the same time criticizing white women or criticizing black men for not being as attractive. I think that's what black men have the biggest issue with, because weave and makeup empowers women to be something that they are not. Because it's not really them. And see, men, we are stuck with whatever we got. If we got this receding hairline, until recently, we can't really do nothing about it for the most part. And then if you do decide that you want to get a little man weave, man, these women are going to kill you. Every time, for example, you see brothers getting man weaves now, a small percentage of them, obviously. Who are the people criticizing these guys for getting man weaves? The women with the weaves. You get it? Oh, y'all fake. Y'all phony as fuck. I can't believe these niggas is doing that. But boo, you doing it. So what's the problem? And then also, when you have that weave or the makeup on and stuff like that, you quick to call brothers ugly. He hella ugly. He unattractive. He ain't this, he ain't that. And brothers sitting back and looking like, damn, like, don't you know I've seen you without all that on? Because, if you ever leak somebody's picture, what they look like with makeup, what they look like without makeup, and all the blemishes that they have on their face and stuff like that, brothers are like, okay, wait a minute. This is some fuckery with this shit. This is crazy. And it's like, that's the issue that a lot of brothers have with the whole idea of this weave. It's disingenuous to be criticizing people and have a new entitled attitude that you have. You know, a lot of women be playing in it. And, you know, like, for example, I saw this one episode of, I don't remember what it was. It was like these two guys went undercover, and these twins, you guys remember this, they had blonde weave, stuff like that. And, they didn't want to date these guys because, you know, they didn't have enough money and stuff like that. It's like men have to be real and provide all the real shit. And it's okay for you to be just as fake as you want to be. And can't nobody call you out on it. I think that's the issue. So when women start to talk about how phony and you brothers be lying about all this shit, and you brothers do this and you brothers do that, then that's when brothers reach back into that sack and pull out that weave argument. And that's that defense mechanism. That's that hypocrisy that brothers is going to pull out that sack all the time. And now what you see is a lot of brothers leading with that. You know, there are certain YouTubers. I mean, you know, there's been a few ones here that, you know, he leads. You know, certain people lead with it. And now it's a campaign against that. And it's kind of turned against, I think it's a little bit of vitriol. It could go a little bit too far. Right? Because I think black men are not really concerned about weave or concerned about makeup or any of those things. I think black men are just looking to be with some woman that's going to respect them and treat them nice and want to get along with them. At the end of the day, that is something that black men can overlook. But the thing about it is, the women who are criticizing their brothers based off of their looks or whatever don't really have those looks. And that is the real issue with this whole weave thing. I mean, shout out to David Carroll. Brothers is more concerned about your booty, if anything. Okay. The booty is the biggest thing. One of the things. Okay. Some brothers are different. You got your brothers who like the big breasts. You got the brothers who like the booty. You know, but black men, you know, you got some brothers who like women that are a little bit bigger, women who are a little bit, you know, whatever, smaller. Brothers can deal with all of that, though. We are not just on the one thing. Yeah, we can take a big booty, but we can deal with a woman that's slim, ain't got nothing, ain't working with nothing. We can deal with a woman that got long hair. We can deal with a woman that's bald as me. If she rocket white, right? You know what I mean? You know, if a woman cannot even be that attractive, but is she sexy with it? You know what I mean? I'm gonna tell you a woman right now, that brothers would probably holler at on the low or on the high. Woman like Fantasia. She's not necessarily a woman that's like necessarily very, very beautiful like that, but she has a high sex appeal. See, black men calculate all of this. Your disposition, your sex appeal, how nice you are, how easy you get along with. Do you make me feel nice? You know, when I come in from work, am I happy to see you? All of that is calculated into the equation. And I'm sorry, weave is not one of those things. But a lot of women want to say, well, that's all you niggas talk about. But again, that is a defense mechanism. Brothers wasn't leading with that when weave got popular. That wasn't no issue. But since, you know, I think black women went public with it first. Black men, you on the down low. Black men, you ain't shit. Black men, you ain't trying to be shit. Okay, so now brothers start doing their research and stuff. Okay, let us come up with our things that we having issues with. And that is what it is. I'm going to go on and guys, comment below. Let me know what you think. I know some brothers have I was talking to brother Nagon a little bit earlier about this. He says it's a no-brainer for him. He can't do it. Okay. But I would say, you know, when you've been to places like, you know, Brazil and other places where women take care of their hair a little bit more natural, some parts of East Africa where you see that happening a lot, you know, it's not a big deal. But a lot of that weave gives a lot of women false entitlement. It makes them feel like somebody they are not. It's like they get superpowers, super conceited powers when they get that shit in their head. When they get that makeup in them, it makes them feel like they're so much better than what they really are. And that is what turns niggas off. It's that entitlement attitude that because I have this weave in, You niggas ain't shit. And that is what really grinds black men's gears about that shit. If women didn't have that attitude with that weave in, then it would be okay. But that entitlement that they get, like, who are you, nigga? Like, nigga, what are you, all of that, like, brothers ain't feeling that shit. So that is my position. That's what I think. Brothers, leave me a comment here below. What do you think? Is it a deal breaker for you? Let me know. Subscribe, hit the bell on the channel if you're new. I'm getting a lot of new people here. Shout yourself out if you're new. Okay, I'll come in and like the video a little bit later. If you're new to the channel, let me know. Shout yourself out in the comments. I'll be glad to talk to you. Original people, OG to the channel, let me know what's going on there. Good to see y'all. And as you guys know, the buffoonery remains at an all-time high. I'm out.